Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nicky D channel. It's me, Nicky D, and as you can tell, I got a new mic. Shout out to my younger brother who got it for me for Christmas. Thanks, bro. Now, let's get into the video. Today, we're going to be going over my top 10 favorite WWE gimmicks. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and let's get to it. Number 10, Mark Henry, Hall of Pain. The Hall of Pain gimmick for Mark Henry started in 2011 when he got frustrated at the fact that he was a part of WWE for 15 years and never won a championship. He started a feud with The Big Show, and then he sidelined Kane, the Great Khali, and Vladimir Kozlov, before defeating Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship at Night of Champions in 2011. Mark Henry, that was his first and only championship in WWE. And then he had a feud with Money in the Bank winner Daniel Bryan before losing the World Heavyweight Championship to The Big Show at Tables, Ladders, and Chairs event in 2011. It was a dominant, scary run for Mark Henry, which is why it makes it on this list. Number 9, Randy Orton, the Legend Killer. This gimmick started in 2003 as Randy Orton defeated HBK at Unforgiven in his first feud. Then he defeated Rob Van Dam a few months later at Armageddon for the Intercontinental Championship. He held that championship for 210 days before finally winning the World Heavyweight Championship from Chris Benoit at SummerSlam of 2004. At that time, Randy Orton became the youngest champion ever at the age of 24. A year later, he would be managed by his father as he would join a feud with The Undertaker, including a casket match and a Hell in a Cell match, before losing to The Undertaker at WrestleMania 21. Number 8, Kane, the Big Red Machine. This gimmick started in June of 1998 as Kane allied himself with the Brothers of Destruction and his brother, The Undertaker. In 2001, though, Kane eliminated 11 superstars from the 2001 Royal Rumble, and at that time, it was a new record. Before taking on and defeating Triple H at that Judgment Day's pay-per-view to win the Intercontinental Championship. Though that reign wasn't long, he lost it to Albert on SmackDown. He would still go on and team with Taker as they won the WWF and WCW Tag Team Championships, with their last match taking place at the 2001 Survivor Series match, which was the Invasion storyline angle. Number 7, Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior. The Celtic Warrior gimmick made its debut by defeating Jamie Noble on October 26, 2009. He then, a couple months later, defeated John Cena at TLC pay-per-view in a tables match to win his first ever WWE title. He defeated Randy Orton at the Royal Rumble in 2010 to retain, before losing the title in the Elimination Chamber by being eliminated by Triple H. Sheamus would go on to have a feud with Triple H, but then he won the title with the help from the Nexus on June 20th, before losing the title again in the six-pack challenge to Randy Orton at Night of Champions of that year. Number 6, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. This gimmick started at WrestleMania 38 as he was a surprise mystery opponent for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Their feud would start where a few months later, Cody Rhodes tore his pec going into the Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins, still competed in that match and won that match on a 25 minute banger, which in my honest opinion would be one of the finalists for match of the year that year. And Cody Rhodes was out for about 9 months before returning at the 2023 Royal Rumble and winning the 2023 Royal Rumble, before he would lose to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39 for the Undisputed Championship. After that, he would start a feud with Brock Lesnar, where he beat Brock Lesnar at one pay-per-view. Brock Lesnar beat him at the next, but then Cody Rhodes in the finale had beat Brock Lesnar in 2 out of 3 matches. After that, he started a feud with the Judgment Day and even won the 2023 War Games match as part of Team Cody. Number 5, Bray Wyatt, Follow the Buzzards. Promo starts for this gimmick on May 27th in 2013, but 5 weeks later, the Wyatt family made their July 8th debut by attacking Kane, which we spoke about in a previous video. Then, Bray Wyatt attacked R-Truth, Justin Gabriel, and 3MB over the next few weeks, as Bray Wyatt, in his first official pay-per-view match, defeated Kane in a Ring of Fire match at SummerSlam 2013. After that, Bray Wyatt targeted Kofi Kingston before beating him at Battleground 2013. This version of Bray Wyatt was one of many to come, and a very dominant and scary gimmick that the WWE Universe had never seen before. Number 4, Braun Strowman, the monster among men. This gimmick started in 2017 as Braun Strowman week after week would tip over different type of trucks and ambulance in a feat of strength. He had a feud with Roman Reigns that showed Braun Strowman dissecting Roman Reigns and throwing him around like he was a child for months before they would go one-on-one in their ambulance match, as we talked about in a previous video. After that, the Monster Among Men had feuds with Brock Lesnar and Kane, and on an episode of Monday Night Raw, Strowman ripped down the stage and it fell on Brock Lesnar and Kane. Braun Strowman was completely unstoppable, and honestly, he could be debated as one of the greatest monsters of all time. Number 3, Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief. The Tribal Chief won the Universal title in a triple threat match from the Fiend and Braun Strowman at Payback of 2020. Soon after, he aligned himself with the Usos and Paul Heyman and started a feud with Jey Uso, eventually going to Kevin Owens, Cesaro, just to name a few. At WrestleMania 37, the Tribal Chief retained the Universal Championship against Edge and Daniel Bryan in a triple threat match. In the summertime, he had feud with Cena at SummerSlam. He retained against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 38. He was in War Games as the Bloodline won War Games. At WrestleMania 39, he retained against Cody Rhodes. Roman Reigns is still the Universal Champion. At the time of recording, he has held that belt for 1,219 days, which is why he's as high on this list as he is. Now, these last two were a toss-up, and it was very close. I do want that noted. But number 2, Bray Wyatt, The Fiend. The Fiend gimmick started with the Fire Up Live Funhouse as Bray Wyatt made his return in 2019. At week after week, The Fiend would slowly but surely show up on the segments in the Fire Up Live Funhouse. The Fiend had his first match with Finn Balor at SummerSlam of 2019, and he took out Legends with the Mandible Claw. He ended up winning the Universal Championship from Seth Rollins in a "this match cannot be stopped for any reason" stipulation in Saudi Arabia. Once he won the match, he did have a strap match with Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble that year, but while going back to Saudi Arabia and losing the Universal title to Goldberg in a controversial decision by WWE. Later that year, Strowman was the champ, and the Fiend won it from Strowman at SummerSlam, but 7 days later, which is where he lost it to, we just mentioned, the Tribal Chief at Payback. The Fiend's last match was against Randy Orton at WrestleMania 37, and The Fiend, in my opinion, was one of the scariest creatures that WWE has ever developed. Number 1, Undertaker, American Badass. What else could it really be? Me, as a child, this is what pulled me into wrestling. I was flipping through the channels when I was 9 to 10 years old. I saw it on UPN 38. The Undertaker on the Thursday Night SmackDown was at the entranceway in his motorcycle as he came down to the ring, and that's when I fell in love with wrestling. The American Badass had feuds with McMahon and WWF Champion Triple H, and he aligned himself with Kane and won tag team titles from Edge and Christian. Even had a feud with DDP where he won the WCW tag team titles, which we spoke of earlier in the video. And the Badass gimmick ended at the 2001 Survivor Series pay-per-view within the Invasion storyline. A lot changed on that night. But still to this day, I do think that the Undertaker American Badass gimmick is my number one, because that gimmick is what made me become a WWE fan. And that was my top 10 favorite WWE gimmicks. I have another video I'll be working on, which will be top 10 favorite female WWE gimmicks. Don't forget to check that out when you get finished up here. Other than that, Happy New Year. Like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you amazing people in the next video. Bye, everybody.